Hey guys, if you don't know, my name is Jessie and I'm the Dirt Bike Girl. And this week, me and my father headed down to Carolina Adventure World to work on some single track and improve my riding. I thought a great topic to talk about this week is how I plan for a away from home track ride and what I want to work on while I'm there. While I'm at my home track, I do a lot of training so that when I go to an away track, I can ride confidently and have fun. So my number one thing is always have fun and enjoy yourself. Is this your first couple of times out away from home? That should be the only thing you're focused on, is just building some confidence, trying to go a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and learning what it is you need to train on at home to make yourself better for the away tracks. Once you've built some confidence, you can start thinking about what you want to work on at these away tracks that is going to make it easier for you to ride them. Now, I have a long list of things I'm constantly working on, and I don't want to come out here being like, I need to work on 15 different things and just stress myself out. Remember, the number one goal is to have fun. So first, I do a little bit of checking out to see, this is new, we haven't been on the single track before. I wanted to check this area out and see what it was possible for me to work on. I mean, if I came out here with the goal of working on just straight up hill climbs, there's not a lot of hill climbs out here. It's one thing I definitely need to work on. And when I find hill climbs, I do try and work on it. But I needed to manage my expectations and pick things that were going to be easy for me to work on out here and really work with the terrain. Speaking of hill climbs, here's one right here. There was this log across the road. So we got to go over this little hump. In the past, this little maneuver right here would have caused me a lot of trouble. I would have dropped my bike right there. Went over it, no problem. Controlled my bike. This was a slippery area. The tire was sliding. I was able to get my right foot down, which is my stronger leg. So that gave me a little more confidence. And this was a tricky little hill climb. The ground was loose. It was pretty steep. But I had no problem. Very proud of myself. Remember to pat yourself on the back for every little win. Stuff can really get to you very quickly. So it is best to just focus on the little things and not worry about the bigger picture. So I didn't really have to worry about mud, but you can see the terrain is very rutted. And there is lots of options of places to go. It has not been maintained very well, which I really like. This gave me a lot to think about. So one of the first things I immediately wanted to work on was looking well ahead and line choice, picking good lines. When you're first starting out, it's a good idea just to kind of follow the lines of the person in front of you. They don't always pick the best lines, but it's helpful. But once you start building some confidence, start making your own choices. Don't just follow the person in front of you. So that's what I'm trying to do. One of my big goals was to make my own choices, not just follow his lines, and see where it leads me. So I've got my eyes looking well ahead for any other options I might be able to take. The next goal, oh, and here's one right here. The next goal I wanted was to work on braking. This is a big goal that I'm working on at home. I've just started getting fast enough that I'm really using my rear brake and my front brake in the woods. Before, I just kind of putted along. So now I'm trying to really think about maintaining speed and using my brake and controlling it, not just slamming it on and having the rear wheel go wherever. I'm trying to use my rear brake with purpose. At home, when I do that, I also try and use my gas to steer with my rear wheel, so to help it go around corners. But I feel like that's a little much for me to focus on out here. So I'm ditching that part of it. I'm just trying to be purposeful with my brake and use it in a good way that doesn't scare me, and I can still maintain speed and get around all the obstacles. My final goal for this ride was to try and keep my feet up on the pegs as much as possible. In the woods, especially these woods, there's lots of roots and rocks and all sorts of stuff that you can catch your feet on. So it's always a good idea to try and keep your feet up. And I have a bad habit of putting my feet down. When I first started out, being able to put my feet down and know my bike wasn't going to fall over built some confidence. But now I want to try and keep my feet up and keep them safe. So that is something I am purposely thinking about while I'm out here. It's trying to keep my feet up. Even when I'm going real slow through sections like this, I'm trying to keep my feet up on the pegs as much as possible. That's it. That's all my goals for this ride. I don't want to make it super difficult on myself. I want to go out here and feel like I accomplished something and feel good at myself at the end of the day. And still hit some stuff that makes me a little nervous. So keep it simple. Don't put too much on your plate, because then you get overwhelmed and you start messing stuff up. Also, think about the things that you are messing up and how you can work on them at home and improve yourself. I really feel good about achieving my goals for this ride, and it made me feel a lot better about the hare scramble I have coming up. And I was able to do the things I set out to do. I didn't have any major troubles, and I know what I need to work on when I get home. And one of the major things that I need to work on is making left-hand kind of pivot tight turns. I realize my left leg is pretty weak when I try and pivot on it, and I drop my bike every time. I can do it to the right just fine, no problem, but to the left, it's a real problem. I hope you notice how much woo, there's a deep rut. I hope you notice how much I'm looking around, and see, I found this other path to go along, and my father's gonna think he's gonna lose me here in a second because I'm up above him. So I'm keeping an eye on him. He's stopping. I'm trying to make sure he sees me, and then I'm gonna go and meet up with him up here. So of course, be careful when you're finding other little segues that you don't lose your people, which happened to us out on this trail the day before. Make sure to like and follow and comment below. What are you working on right now? And what are you working on when you're away from home? And remember, if you're having a bad day, it's only one down and the rest is up. Everybody stay safe out there.